through now. Anything? Yeah. Okay, all sorted out here. I think I'm all good. No reira, tēnā tātou katoa, nau mai hoki mai. Koenei tā tātou ahi ko mau tua waru. I tēnei ahi ahi pō e mihi kauana kia koutou katoa. So we're at Te Ahi Komo number 8 now. We're halfway through our terenga, which is really cool. And yeah, got lots of learning that'll be happening tonight. A lot of recapping on what we've done last week and extending that as well. I am not sure how much we're going to get through. With my class just before, we didn't actually get to the end. So, but that's all good. Whatever we don't get done today, we'll just pick up from there and continue next week. So that's the cool thing about these Te Ahi Komo is, we can just roll it on to the next week and yeah, just keep going like that. Nice and easy. He oi e te tuatahi, kia tīmata tātou ki tā tātou karakia. If there's anyone who hasn't done karakia yet, if you'd like to give it a go and do our karakia tīmatanga. Nō reira, māwai. Ai, tēnā koe, Kimberly.
Kia hihi tātou. Tu tau mai I runga, tu tau mai I raro, tu tau mai I roto, tu tau mai I waho. Kia tau ai te mauri tu te mauri ora, ki te katoa, haumi e hui e tai ki e.
Tēnā koe, Kimberly, ha mau I tīmata I tā tātou wānanga ki te karakia. Tēnā koe. Okay, so if we could just start off first, if you can give me an idea of how we're all feeling. Kei te pēhea koutou I tēnei wā, and try and say things beyond just pai. Okay, think of other words that can describe and explain how you're feeling at the moment. Kei te pēhea koutou I tēnei wā. Moku nei, so for me, kei te āhua māuiui ahau, but it's my fault. I'm feeling a bit sick, but I decided to stay up last night and do some binge watching on a series. So, ana, nāku te he. Yep, so I paid for that today. Yeah. He oi, kia koke whakamua tonu. We're going to keep going though with our mahi. So how are we all feeling? Kei te pēhea koutou I tēnei ahi ahi pō. How are you all feeling this evening? While I'm waiting for kōrero to come through, just remember that even though I would say, in English, we're probably saying now it's evening, nighttime, ahi ahi is still the word that we can use. In te reo Māori, ahi ahi isn't just, or ahi ahi is actually the time once the sun starts to set. That's more when it's afternoon in a Māori sense. But then also as it's getting further on into the evening, you could say ahi ahi pō. That's why I've said ahi ahi pō. But when we carry on, I think there is a session further down the track where we start looking at time. We look at time and the notion of time from a Māori perspective and how words and placement of words in time periods can differ. But anyway, so ahi ahi is a appropriate word, an appropriate word you can say for now, or even ahi ahi pō. So how kei te pēhea tātou I tēnei ahi ahi pō. Marcus, rawera wātu. Ooh, ka pai koe, Marcus. I want to be feeling rawera wātu. Kei te ora Amina, tēnā koe Amina. It's lovely to hear that you're feeling good this week after having been māwiwi last week. Kei te harikoa, Courtney engari, kei te ngiengi, ai tāua tahi, I'm feeling that same way, Courtney. Francis, sorry for being late, kei te pai, tēnā koe Francis, thank you for mentioning that in chat. I will add that onto my list. Tēnā koe. Ngingi for Emma, early start walking the kuri. Ka pai though for walking your kuri, Emma. Full day teaching and then parent-teacher interviews. Yeah. Well, you just do what you have to do, Emma, and we'll still carry on with our learning. Kei te harikoa, Kimberly. Kei te ngingia, Margaret. Frozen. I think it must be you, Margaret, because, I mean, is it freezing up? Everybody else, are your screens freezing up or are we all good? Yeah, it must be just your end, Margaret. Sorry. Michelle, kei te ngingi, kei te hoko whare. Are you selling your house, Michelle? Is that what that is, or
Yeah,
something?
we had the estate agent photos today, so we had to make it look like we didn't look like pigs anymore.
Yeah, to make it presentable, eh? So not eat a kwangingi. Ka pai, kia kaha, Michelle. Good luck for you selling your whare as well. Kei te koa, I hear me, ka pai, kei te pakihaha. Oh, Zara, what is that? Kei te pakihaha. What does that mean?
Like a bit absent-minded, a bit distracted. We had parent-teacher interviews.
Okay, kei te pakihaha. All right, tēnā koe. That's a new word. I haven't used that word, seen that word before. So what was it again, Zara?
It's like a bit absent-minded, careless, preoccupied, distracted, kind of.
Yep. So your mind is kind of elsewhere type thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Pakihaha. Tēnā koe I tō kupu hou. Thank you for that new kupu. What else do we have here? Oh, heaps. Harikoa. So we've got harikoa. Puku ora, Linda, ka pai ngingi. Ai, ahau hoki Shannon, kei te ngingi ahau. Kei te māwiwi, kia piki te ora, Christine. There's a few that are ngingi. Che, Richard's even got 2 whiti a te hopo mai rangi tia te angi too. Yep. What? Now, what is that one? Feel the fear and do it anyway, eh? That kind of thing. Yes, ka pai, Richard. Kei te ihi, Suzanne, because she's got CRT tomorrow. Ka pai. Tēnā koe marama, thank you for letting me know. O ngā mihi nui kia koutou katoa. I always really appreciate knowing where the energy is at, if we're feeling up or we're feeling down. Kei te mangere, William Kiri rānei, I'm not sure which one, maybe the two of you. You know, like Jazz mentioned last week when there was a lot of coming through saying ngingi and mawiwi and all of that, that the maramataka last Tuesday was, what was it again? Was it huna, Jazz, I think you said? Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, it was huna last week, and that when you were saying that there was a time when the energy can be quite low. So it's good to see that people are feeling a lot more. Well, it's a bit more of a balance this week of upbeat and some still being a bit ngengi. Yes, ka pai, Richard. So, and then the whakatauki that Richard put in chat for us all, 2 whiti a te hopo mai rangi tia te angitu. You know, in a way that we would say it today, it's feel the fear and do it anyway. But literally, it's saying eliminate the negative, so do away with the negative and accentuate the positive. Yeah. So tēnā koe, that's awesome that we've got that. Yes, come through Rākau Nui, kia ora, hear me. I was just about to say that. So we're still in that phase of that high energy, eh? Supposedly, and I definitely had a great day with Rākau Nui as well. So yeah, I'm not sure how many of you guys do observe the maramataka Māori, but I've been observing it now, keeping an eye on it and learning for about a year, and it's been really good to even just journal my own patterns and see how I coincide, my mood and my energies coincide with maramataka and also with the different seasons. So yeah, if any of you want to learn more about that, there's heaps of kōrero online, heaps of puka puka as well that are out now. Anyway, let's continue with our mahi for this week because we do have a lot. But what I want to say firstly, I just want to put out an apology. I don't know if it was, if it really was specifically to you guys, but somebody from my other group noted and got through to the team about that an announcement that I had put out for Aotearoa, which just comes in our announcements on Moodle. I had got the dates wrong. So what I usually do, or in experience, what I found is that teachers need to know the dates quite early so that they can organize time off and all of that kind of thing, especially when it's a whole school, working it out and knowing, you know, when the registration email goes out, it's not enough time. And I don't always know what admin sends you guys with regards to dates. So I tried to get ahead this year. And so I sent out the dates and the announcement. But from the time that I sent it to further on in the time, the dates changed, and so what I sent out was incorrect. So my apologies for that, because I had said that our second Te Ahi Rauhi was only 2 days, but it's actually 3 days, as those of you who have put their registrations, seen the registration email would have seen. So e toronga rā, so it's 3 days from the 22nd to the 24th of April, which is the second week of the school term break. So that registration email has already gone out to you all. If there is anybody who hasn't received that registration email, let me know. I think it goes to you guys from taumata.org. I'm not, yeah, I think it's that one, or Jazz. But those registrations close next week on Wednesday, the 3rd of April. So please, if you are coming to the Te Ahi Rauhi, please have your registrations in by then. Now, why do we have to have it done so far, you know, forward prior to the Te Ahi Rauhi? Well, the reason is because we have such big numbers now. It means that we have to go to the larger venues, which are our hotels and stuff, and they have quite a process with regards to booking venues, booking all their rooms and the catering. So we need to get that done earlier than later. So if there are any of you that are still not sure if you're going to be able to come, if you've, you know, got babysitters or whatever sorted, then what I recommend is that you just register anyway. And then down the track, if you then see, okay, no, I can't do this day, or I can't come at all, then you just let Jazz know. And if you do that, make sure that you please let her know at least by the end of the school term, so that we don't incur you know, a penalty fee if, you know, they've already sorted things out catering wise, and then we go and say, oh no, we've got 20 people that are saying that they, you know, they're not able to attend now. So yeah, register now. If you know you're going to be there, register. If you're unsure, just register anyway, because it's easier to go off the list than to get on. If you register after the closing date, what usually happens is you'll go on a waiting list, and then if others don't attend, then you'll be bumped up to be able to go. So yeah. Now, if the reason why you can't come, like I said in the announcement, if the reason why you can't come is because of your tamariki, bring them along. We don't want lack of babysitters to be the reason why you don't attend. Of course, it's better for you probably to focus if you are child free, but if that's going to be the difference between you attending or not, bring them along. Just make sure they've got enough things to keep themselves occupied, and a kai for them as well. And yeah, it should be all good. So it follows, like our first Te Ahi Rauhi, we'll have guest speakers. Depending on how many people turn up will determine whether we have 5 kapa whakamanawa where you go around to, or more. But this Te Ahi Rauhi, I find for each terenga is always the one where real depth in learning and breadth in learning starts to happen. I find that with ākonga, the penny really starts to drop and extension starts to happen once this kapa whakamanawa, once this Te Ahi Rauhi, the 3-day wānanga happens. So yeah, it is one that you don't want to miss. In saying that, if you know that you absolutely can't be there for whatever reason, please let me know sooner than later. Not attending will probably jeopardize your graduation, but the sooner I know, the sooner I can let the team know and we can work something out if we need to do catch-ups or whatever, okay? So, yeah. Registrations are out. Fill them out. Have them sent in before next week, Wednesday. And yeah, if you have any take around that, just email me and we'll work it out. Okay, so Pukinga Mahara, if you can just pop in the chat what you remember from last week. There was quite a lot of learning that happened last week. Excuse me, we looked at active sentences and in the different tense. So if you could just put in the chat, what is something that you remember from last week, whether it's a rule or a sentence or even just kupuho, what's something that you remember? Yes, so Zara saying there's 3 options for past tense. Does anybody remember what those 3 different options are? Yes, kapai coming through now. So we've got e, which is the distant past. We've got ite, which is the continuous past. And then you've got kua, which is the recent past. Susan saying the verb stays the same, but the tense markers at the beginning of the sentence will change. Kei te tika. Dana saying e, ite, and kua. Yes, those are all the past. Tēnā koe Kimberly, ka is the one for the future. Do we remember what the ones are for present? What are the ones that we would use for present tense? So Courtney's saying 2 different ways to say I am going, which can depend on iwi preference. Tika tau. E ana tēnā koe Zara. E verb ana, so e haere ana, e pānui ana, e kōrero ana. That's one of them for the present tense, and the other is kei te, ka pai. All right, and then Sharon saying e. What do you mean by that one, Sharon? Because in Māori, e has a lot of meanings. That one letter has a lot of meanings. Which one are you referring to for that one, Sharon? You're right. E is used, but what one are you thinking of? So yes, we've got kei te in there. E ana, e haere ana. I am here now, Kiri. Tēnā koe, Sandy. Ngā mihi nui i te haere ahau. I was going, yes. Kei te tika. Awesome. It's really good to see that you guys have taken in and remembered all of that stuff from last week. And so this week's learning is going to negate. So all of those sentences and all of those time periods, all those tense markers, sentences within those tense markers, we're going to learn this week how to negate those, okay? But before, haere ki te hihiri, took my tamariki by surprise. Che, ka pai, Christine. So just to quickly go over this visual that I gave you guys last week. So as you've already all highlighted and what you remember from last week. So we've got the six different tense markers here. E for the past, e haere ahau ki te mahi, I went to work. Then we've got continuous past, so we're starting from the left here. I te haere ahau ki te mahi, I was going to work. Then our recent past, or just past, kua haere ahau ki te mahi, I've been to work. And then we've got 2 options for present, and I did see someone said there above, depends on iwi preference, which is very correct. Some iwi prefer to use one over the other. So we have kei te haere ahau ki te mahi, or you can use e haere ana ahau ki te mahi. I am going to work. Remembering for the e ana, we've got e, then we've got the verb in the middle, whereas the other one, it's kei te stays together, and then we have the verb after it. So those are 2 of the differences in there. And then for future, ka haere ahau ki te mahi, I will go to work. Okay, So that was one of the examples we used. And then this was the other one. And same thing, same sort of sentence structures with the tense markers there. Tamati ate the apple, I kaia tamati I te apple from the left. Tamati was eating the apple, eat te kaia tamati I te apple. Kua kai a tamati I te apple, tamati has eaten the apple. Kei te kaia tamati I te apple, and then e kaiana a tamati I te apple. Tamati is eating the apple. And then for future, tamati will eat the apple, ka kai a tamati I te apple. Okay, so just a reminder, a recap on what we went over last week. And now we're going to move into our revision for this week. So the point of this is just to help you guys lock it in and be thinking about how we translate these sentences, because from there, then we're going with our new learning this week about how do we negate those sentences within those different time periods. Okay, so I'll just send you all the I'll just send the worksheet through. Okay, and like we do every week, depending on which breakout room you go into, will determine what excuse me, will determine what sentences you go through. So we've got two sections here. For the first one, just to translate into English, whakapākehā e nei rerenga. So that's your first one, going through these and all the different examples there. We've got kei te, e ana, kua, and ka. I think those are the only ones I used. Yes. So just a variety of ones. And then for here as well, we're going just a mix up here of the reo tohu that we've been through in the past weeks, as well as for some of them location sentences, kei runga, ki roto, kei raro, kei waho, and then some active sentences in there as well. E kōrero Māori ana, e kōrero ana, those kinds of things. All right, so we'll open up the breakout rooms now, and you can decide which breakout room you want to go into. Just remember that if you want more extension, go into Waiporoporo or Kiwikiwi, because those ones there, there's a little bit more extension that happens with the translations there. So haere ki o koutou, ruma whati, mahia te mahi katai ka hoki mai. Okay, so go off into the breakout rooms, finish off the activities, and then come back to the Aotea space here. So ko tuwhera ngā ruma whati, the breakout rooms are open now, and you can choose which one you want to go into. If anyone needs me to move you into the rooms because you're having a bit of trouble on your device, just let me know and I can do that.
No, we were one in front of you, babe. But listen, we all be on the same page.
Hapai, tēnā tātou. What we might do is we'll get us start, even though we've got two groups that haven't returned yet, and then at least we can get through some of your guys' translations, and then we'll fill in the gaps when the other two groups return. So we'll start with, and what I'm going to do this time as well, is I'm actually going to call out names just to keep things moving along. I'm finding if I just call out the group, sometimes it can take a good 20 seconds, 30 seconds before anybody answers, and that eats up our time. So just be ready. I'll call out your name, depending on which group, which colour we're at, and then if you could just give the answer that your rōpū came up with. So we'll start with rōpū mawhero. We'll start with Courtney. Kei te waiata a mere. What did you have for that one? Courtney? Is Courtney here?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I'm just
All
Mere
good.
is singing.
Right, mere is singing. Tēnā koe, Courtney. Who do we have here? Marama. Kei te peke peke a hene.
Hene is jumping.
All right. Hene is jumping. Tēnā koe. And moving down to, we didn't have anybody in the Kākariki group, so we'll leave that one. Moving
I
down.
originally went into it, if you like, I can do the first one, but then
Oh,
I
yes,
got a bit bored.
thank you.
I got sick
Thank
of
you,
talking to
Linda.
myself and went and broke into another group.
Okay. E pūkana ana a Timoti. What did you have for that one?
Timothy is doing a pukana.
Right. Timothy is doing the pukana. Tēnā koe Linda. And then to Rōpū Karaka, Christine, kei te oma a Sam.
Sorry, Sam is running.
Kei te pai. Sometimes I think the hardest part of the whole thing is just finding the mute button, eh?
Mhm.
Tēnā koe Christine, Sam is running. So now we will go back to Rōpū Mawhero. Kimberly, kua titiro, and I will just correct this because it was supposed to be the mackerel on the first O.
Awesome. We weren't sure if it was a yellow-eyed penguin or
Yeah,
a horse.
no, it was supposed to be a horse. Titiro
We
atu
got,
te iho.
we got the horse looked away.
Ka pai, that's exactly what it is. The horse. So yes, now this one here, the kua. So if I remember correctly, Hemi Kelly said that there will, for kua, it'll be has, have, or there was another word that he used, but so it will be the horse.
Has looked away.
Ka pai, the horse has looked away. Okay, because if it was just the horse looked away, then that's I titiro atu te koeko. Okay, it's just even for myself. Like if I'm just speaking a Māori, I understand that, but when I have to add in what does that, what is that correctly in English? Oh well, he mā no tērā. Sorry, just let me close the breakout rooms. Okay, ka pai, tēnā koutou, Rōpū Mawhero. Right, Suzanne, kua hoki mai te poro, kia hatai.
The ball was coming.
The ball
I think I got it wrong.
has,
As
yep, the ball has, and then hoki is to return. So,
Hmm.
or has returned. Okay.
tēnā koe, the ball has returned. Okay, ka pai, tēnā koe, Suzanne. Okay, and we will skip.
I can do the green one as well if you want.
Oh,
Kathy.
tēnā koe, Linda, you are on fire.
Oh, not really, only two. I couldn't decide because I had no one to talk to. The bird is going to fly away, or the bird has flown away. I think it was
The bird-
flown away.
Yeah, the
Okay.
bird has flown away. Hei te
Awesome.
tēnā. And it's really good to see as well that you guys are being mindful of the mai and the atu, because sometimes it's easy to just miss that, in the translation. But that's being taken into account as well. Tēnā koutou. Kia ora Rōpū Waiporoporo and Kiwi will come back to you soon. I wanted to give you guys a little bit more time because I know you were a bit more tricky. Okay, Rōpū Karaka, Dana, kua hoki mai, kua whakarongo mai ngā tamariki.
The children have listened to me.
Ka pai, awesome. The children have listened. Yes, and I'll put it in brackets because if it was to me, it would be kia hau. So kia hau is the translation of to me, but because of the mai, you're correct, Dana, and your Rōpū are correct. It's meaning that the action is happening towards the speaker, the person who's speaking. So, I mean, if we just said the children have listened, that could be in English, that could be in any direction. So to indicate where that is, this way to me. Okay, so tēnā koutou.
Kiri,
Now what? Yes.
can it be the children have been listening? Or nah?
I think if we do listening, that's going into the continuous past. Would be I te whakarongo mai ngā tamariki. That would be the children were listening. Children have been listening. Children have. The other thing with kua is indicating that an action has completed. So it's the kua also indicates that whatever action is taking place, it's finished. So have been listening. I feel like if we say have been listening, there's this sense of something continuous, a continuous thing in there. Yeah, so I think have listened is the one that's more correct for this one. Yeah. Ngari tino pai te pātai, tēnā koe, Christine. So we'll go back to Rōpū Wai Poroporo. And what we're doing, just so that you know, Rōpū Wai Poroporo and Kiwi Kiwi, to speed things up, I'm actually going to call out somebody's name. And then so if I call out your name, just be ready to answer whatever one we're looking at on behalf of your rōpū. Okay? So, e waiata na a ahi ki ngā kai, now I can't remember, sorry, what I had on the worksheet, but it was supposed to say kai kani kani. My apologies, Rōpū Wai Poroporo. E waiata ana a ahi ki ngā kai kani kani. So Linda, the other Linda.
Ahi is singing to the dancers.
Tēnā koe. Ahi is singing to the dancers. Tēnā koe, Linda. Okay, and Rōpū Kiwi Kiwi Francis, e haka ana a tame ki ngā huariri. And Francis is there. Kaore pia, kei te pai. Hear me. If you can answer that one, please. E haka ana a tame ki ngā huariri.
Tame is doing the haka to, the opponents, the opposition.
Oh, yes, I like that word. To the opposition, to the opponents, enemies. I think that's how you spell it, right? Opponents. Tēnā koe. And in the last group too, we decided to just say the word haka, because to try and do an English translation would be like a war dance or a challenge dance. It didn't sound the same. It didn't have the same ring. So we just left it as haka. So yeah, you guys had the same whakaro, Rōpū Kiwi Kiwi, tēnā koe, e hear me? Okay, and then the other one there for Rōpū Wai Poroporo, Michelle, kua hoki mai te motoka I Taupō.
We've got the car has returned to Taupō.
Yes, the car has returned to Taupō. Ka pai, tēnā koutou. And Rōpū Kiwi Kiwi Jazz, kua oma atu ngā rāpiti ki te marakai.
The rabbit ran away from the Kumara garden.
So the rabbits have run away.
Has run away from the...
Ka pai. From the Kumara garden. The rabbits, plural because of ngā, the rabbits have run away from the Kumara garden. Ka pai that you've got away for atu there as well. Tēnā koe. Okay, back to Rōpū Mawhero. Richard, ka haere a kuia ki tauranga.
The kuia will go to Tauranga.
Kuia will go to tauranga. Ka pai, kuia will go to tauranga. Tēnā koe. William, ka pānui a pita I te puka puka.
Peter will read the book.
Ka pai. Peter will read the book. Tēnā koe. Rōpū Karaka, let's go with Pip. Philippa, ka hia kai a pepi a nei.
Baby will be hungry soon.
Ka pai. Baby will be hungry soon. Tēnā pai koutou. Can see you guys have really grasped these sentences well. Okay, Shannon, Rōpū Wai Poroporo, ka whakataetai ngā rangatahi I te poi tūkohu.
The youth will compete in basketball.
The youth will compete in basketball. Ka pai. Tēnā koe. And Marcus, Ka tunu a māma rawa ko hare I te kai.
So Mama and Haere will cook the kai.
Ka pai. Or cook the kai or food. Tēnā
Oh,
koe.
The food.
Ai, ka pai. All right, and on to the last two questions for each group. Sandy, yes, Sandy. Whakarongo ki ngā tamariki e kōrero Māori ana.
Listen to the children speaking Māori.
Ka pai. Listen to the children speaking Māori. Tēnā koe. Rawe. Down to Kiri. Kōrero ki ngā kaumātua, kei runga I ngā tūru.
Speak to the kaumātua on the chairs.
Ka pai. Speak to the kaumātua on the chairs. Tēnā koe, ngā mihi nui. And now, Christine, titiro ki ngā pirihimana e kani ana.
Is it look at the policeman dancing?
Yes, ka pai. Look at the policeman dancing. That would be interesting to see. Look at the police, is it men? Hey, look at the policemen. Is that how you say it in English? Or is it just policemen for plural?
Policeman.
Oh, yeah. Okay, kia ora. Ka pai. Ropu wai poroporo down to Zara. Zara, whakarongo ki te kai kōrero, e kōrero ana I te whakapapa o Ngāti Whakaui. That's a long-winded one.
We had listened to the speaker talking about the genealogy, like history of Ngāti Whakaue.
Is that how you spell that one? Genealogy of Ngāti Whakaue. So listen to the speaker talking about the genealogy of Ngāti Whakaue. Tēnō pai. Kei runga no atu koutou. Rōpū Kiwi Margaret. Ata titiro ki ngā whakamārama mō tēnei kēmu.
Carefully look at the instructions for this game.
Ka pai. Carefully look at the instructions for this game. Tēnō pai. Ngā mihi nui, and our last one's here, Sharon, e moi ki runga I te tūruroa.
Go and have a long or decent sleep on the chair.
Yes, so we don't need go and have so you could just say sleep. So sleep on the, sorry, what did you have for tūruroa?
Long or decent.
Okay, so we got long chair. So what would we call that? And
wait, so we thought it was have a long sleep on the chair.
No, so tūru, so the roa there is describing the length of the chair.
Oh, okay.
So long chair, what's another word for tūru roa? Anybody?
Couch. Couch or a bench?
Yeah, the couch. Okay, so sleep on the couch. That's all. If it was, if it said haere ki te moi, then that would be go and have a sleep. Okay? Haere ki te moi ki runga I te tūru, but it's just saying e moi, which e moi just means sleep.
Sleep.
Okay, let me just check what's question. Are the kaumātua on the chairs or the person going to talk to them? Where are we? Kōrero ki ngā kaumātua kei runga I te tūru. So speak, yeah, no, that's it. Speak to the kaumātua on the chairs. So the kaumātua that are sitting on the chairs type thing. Does that make sense, Richard? If it was from, it would kōrero ki ngā kaumātua from the chairs. Are you meaning that the person that you're instructing is on the chairs? Is that what you're meaning in there?
Yeah, you're right. Probably putting the word from in would make more sense for the way I was interpreting it. So the way you've got it worded, kaumātua on the chairs, that makes sense that they're the ones that are sitting over there on the chairs, and you're going to go over and speak to them.
Yes.
So that makes sense.
Yeah. Hapai.
Cool.
Rōpū kahurangi, let's go with Emma, if you're here. Emma? Oh, is Emma even in the chat? No. Oh, no, yes, there you are, Emma. Sorry, couldn't see you. Emma, what did you have for e kai ki waho I te wharenui? Actually, it looks like Emma's frozen. Kei te pai? Oh, yes.
I can do it. Eat outside the wharenui.
Apai. Eat outside the wharenui or meeting house. Or the other group said big building, which is correct as well. Okay, back to Rōpū Karaka, we'll go with Dana. E oma ki runga I te papa tākaro. What have you got for that one, Dana?
Oh, sorry, I was talking to you with my mute on. We got a bit confused here with how to say it. We've decided, is it run up to the playground? We didn't know the ki runga, how to...
Okay, so it's just run on the playground.
Oh, okay.
It might make more sense, although Ian Key might not, probably doesn't mean much to you guys. It might have made more sense if I said e oma I runga I te papa tākaro. Key, well, mind you, the person is running it. Key is more indicating that there's movement towards something, which might have been why you guys thought it'd run up. Whereas E is
the runga, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's like just trying to think of. Yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, it said oma ki runga I te papa tākaro, that's what it meant. Run onto, that's probably there. Run onto the playground. So, koera te whakaro, that's what the thought was around that one, Dana. Ka pai. Rōpū wai poro, let's go back to Linda. E puta, if we can just break this one down because it's so long. E puta ki waho I te wharekai, what did you have for that part first, Linda?
We had appear outside of the wharekai, the kitchen or dining room.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yeah, outside of the dining room. Yes, karangātu ki ngā manuhiri.
I didn't think this quite made sense. He'd call away the visitors with the atu.
So, yeah, I see where you're going with that.
Call
so
out
to? Yes, kei te tika, call out to the visitors. Yep. Better than the last group they had, get outside the dining room and call out to the visitors. I thought, wow, that was pretty straight up. But appear outside of the dining room or go outside of the dining room. But yeah, e puta does mean to actually appear out of. So yeah, I like the way you guys did that in English. Tēnā koutou. And Rōpū Kiwi. I did see, Francis, that you're unable to mute your...
I can now.
Oh, ka pai, tēnā koe. Well, you can do the last one. Kuhu mai ki roto I te wharenui, engari unuhia o hu.
Kuhu mai ki roto I te wharenui, come into the wharenui, or come inside into the wharenui, engari, but
Hi.
Unuhia, oh, we should say that. Unuhia is take off your shoes, is that?
Yes. Yep.
Take off your shoes.
That way. You take off your shoes. Now, a question, tēnā koe, Francis. A question was posed from the last group. Why wouldn't it be tangohia ohu? Now, I don't know if I can't remember if I explained this to you guys or to them, but the tango, so take off your shoes is how we'd say it in English. Now, take in Māori is tango. Okay, so tango here, the instruction, but that kind of take is more when you have something like I have this, you can't even see it really, but I have this pen and I'm going to take it with me somewhere. Whereas what we're doing is we're actually removing our shoes. Okay, so unuhia or wetekina is that action of removing our shoes or taking off anything, taking off your jacket, take off your hat. Okay, that kind of thing. So the more correct way to say it in Māori is wetekina ohu, or the other one is unuhia ohu. Okay, so you will see people say tangohia. I said it for years as well, and until I was corrected, because you thinking English, well, yeah, that makes sense, but in Māori there are actually other words for that action of removing our shoes or removing anything really.
Cool.
Yes, that's right. Unuhia to discard, to take them off or put them aside. Yeah, tika tau, hear me. Tēnā koutou katoa. That was really, really good, and I'm actually really, I'm really pleased with how quickly you guys have grasped these active sentences and how to translate them. I always find that the second group seems to be a lot more, what's the word, articulate. Maybe it's because you guys have had more time to rest and have a feed and all of that. I don't know. But there always seems to be that after 6 o'clock is the time when things just seem to flow a lot easier. Regardless of what it is, e mihi ana kia koutou katoa. So let me just change the way my screen is. And we are going to move now into the negating of all of those types of active sentences that we've just looked at. Now, I found another really awesome podcast from Hemi Kelly, and he has such an awesome way of explaining things. So I'm going to hand it over to Hemi Kelly and Apera Woodfine for them to actually explain, for them to talk about the next section. Okay, so, and as we go along, I might also just add into the chat the sentences that they're saying. So let me just click onto this. Let me know if you can hear it as well.
E ngā hau e whā o te motu e pupuhi mai nei, tēnā koutou katoa, nau mai hoki mai ki Everyday Māori, the podcast where we help you to learn te reo Māori that you can use in everyday situations. Ko Apera Woodfine tēnei.
Ko Hemi Kelly tēnei, kia ora.
Kia ora e hoa, tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe. Hea te kaupapa o te rā nei.
So today we're going to look at how to negate our active sentences, or rere mahi. So we're going to look at all the tense markers and look at how to negate those.
Ka pai. Kia tīmata tāua. I mua I te haerenga mai o Apera, before Apera came onto the scene, I did a few episodes on my own, and they definitely weren't as good as the ones that we're creating together. But you can go back to episode 8, and there you can recap on the tense markers, the tohu wā. And there's 6 that I talk about in that episode. And we're going to look at how to negate those tense markers. So if you are unfamiliar with the tense markers, which we use with rere mahi, with active sentences, then you need to go back to episode 8, listen to that, and then come back to this episode.
Ka pai.
So let's just do a little recap of those tense markers, those tohu wā that we use in a rere mahi in an active sentence. E hoa homai tētahi kupu mahi. Give me a verb.
Ako.
Ako. Ako. Ka pai, learn, to learn. Homai te tāhu. Homai te doer of the action.
Niwa.
Niwa. Niwa. He ingoa tāhu a tērā. That's a beautiful name. Ka pai. So Niwa's doing the learning. And let's add in an aronga, an object, which is what is Niwa learning?
Te waiata.
Te waiata. Ka pai. So let's put all those words together with our tense markers. Imagine a timeline, ne? A timeline of events, and we'll go back in time. So I'll get you to translate these sentences. Niwa learned the song.
I ako a niwa I te waiata.
Ka pai. Niwa was learning the song.
I te ako a niwa I te waiata.
Ka pai. Tino pai. Niwa has learned the song.
Kua ako a niwa I te waiata.
Tino pai. Mehe mea koe kei te whakarongo, if you're listening and following along, as we go through these tense markers, translate them with āpera. Niwa is learning the waiata.
Kei te ako a niwa I te waiata.
Ka pai, and the other way we could translate that.
E ako ana a niwa I te waiata.
Ka pai. Niwa will learn the waiata.
Ka ako a niwa I te waiata.
Tino pai. There's our six different tense markers. Tohu wā.
Cool. And we're going to look at how to negate those sentences, yeah? Those tohu wā.
Mm-hmm. He whakaaro o, where do we start when we're negating these types of sentences?
We start with kaore.
Aye. We start with kaore. Either haro kaore, and we're going to use kaore with our active sentences when we're dealing with kupu mahi, with verbs. So, first word, let's go back to the start. So we had I ako a niwa I te waiata. Niwa learnt the waiata. Ka pehe tō whakakāhore. How do you negate that?
Kaore a niwa I ako I te waiata.
Ka pai, e kai te tika. So what have you learnt about negating these types of sentences? What's the pattern, or what do we need to do?
So I'm going to put kaore, then the subject, a niwa, and then the tense marker after that, right? I ako. Still got the I there. Still in the sentence. I te waiata, then the object.
Ka pai, tika. So the first two parts of the sentences are swapping around. Now we've got kaore coming in at the beginning, which is letting us know that it's a negative. And then we've put the subject, the doer of the action, to the beginning of the sentence. Kaore a niwa.
So we brought it in front of the tense marker.
In front of the tense marker, in front of the verb, I. We're directing the attention of the listener to the subject. Kaore a niwa. Niwa didn't do something. Niwa hasn't done something. Niwa won't do something. We're not sure yet where the sentence is going to go. Kaore a niwa I. There we're indicating the tense. There we've said I. No, it's happening in the past. So kaore a niwa I. And then, like you said, the verb comes in after. Kaore a niwa I ako. Niwa didn't learn I te waiata. And then what it is, the aronga, the object. Kaore a niwa I ako I te waiata. So if we think about that, the pattern is
kaore.
Add in kaore.
The subject.
Bring that forward. The who, that's the who.
The tense marker, or tohu wā.
I.
I. And then the verb.
And then the verb. Ka pai. So that part of the sentence, that is what we're playing with. The rest stays the same, ne? I ako a niwa I te waiata. Kaore a niwa I ako I te waiata. So we can see we're playing around with that first part of the sentence. The last part we can just leave as it is.
Ka pai.
Ka pai. 1 down, 5 to go.
Ka pai. Te tuarua.
Te tuarua. Ite. Ite is like past with an ing, I think. So, ite ako a niwa I te waiata. Niwa was learning the waiata. So negate this one, if you're listening, following the same pattern. Ne? Ite ako a niwa I te waiata. Add in kaore. Bring the doer of the action, the who, the subject forward. The tense marker sits in between that and the verb, which is going to follow, and we leave the rest. Kōrero mai, āpera.
Kaore a niwa I te ako I te waiata.
Ka pai. Kaore a niwa I te ako I te waiata. 2 down.
4 to go.
Whew. Okay. Kua ako a niwa I te waiata.
This one's a bit different, isn't it?
Aye, it is. There's always one.
So we'll give the answer and then we'll talk about it a bit.
Ka pai.
So, kaore anō a niwa kia ako I te waiata. Is that right?
Aye, kei te tika. So we're still starting with kaore, but we're going to add an anō. Ne? When we negate a kua sentence, we always start with kaore anō. Those two words will sit together. Kaore anō on its own can mean not yet. Ne? If you ask me, kua rite koe, are you ready? I could simply say, kaore anō, not yet. Ne? So it can say that on its own. Kaore anō. So here we're negating the sentence, Niwa has learnt the waiata. The translation of the negation should be, Niwa hasn't learnt the waiata. And you could add on yet if you wanted to. Niwa hasn't learnt the waiata yet. So kaore anō at the start.
Niwa.
Yeah, so that's still the same. We're still bringing the who forward. Kaore anō a niwa.
Kia. Ako.
Kia ako. And the verb's still following the kia here. It's just changed. It's the tense, ne? But it's not kua anymore. It's kia. It's just morphed into kia. So with our other two previous examples, the tense remains the same and it just kind of moves place. It just moves into the middle of the sentence before the verb. But here, that tense, it's still there, but it's just changed. It's no longer kua, it's now kia. Kaore anō
a niwa kia ako I te waiata.
Kaore anō a niwa kia ako I te waiata. Kia tere niwa. Aye.
So we've got kua becomes kaore anō kia.
Kaore anō kia. Aye. Cool. And I have heard people attempting to negate that based on, their knowledge of negating other active sentences and sometimes putting kua there where kia should be. Kaore anō a niwa kua ako I te waiata. And that makes sense why someone would want to do that, but this is one of those negations that is a little bit different. And we do need to remember that kua now becomes kia. Kaore anō a niwa kia ako I te waiata. Ka pai.
All right, 3 down, 3 to go.
3 down, 3 to go. Kei te ako a niwa I te waiata.
Kaore a niwa kei... Oh, I don't know this one. Is it kaore anō a niwa kei te ako?
This is another one that changes, and that's the kei te is all it's going to do is going to change to ite.
Ite, right. So, kaore a niwa I te ako I te waiata.
Koia, koia.
Okay, so negating kei te and ite, they end up with the same negation, is that right?
Aye. Context, we know the time.
Right.
Same negation.
Cool.
So we're going to use ite.
Ite.
In between the who and the what, ne? Kaore a niwa I te ako I te waiata.
Niwa's not learning the song.
Ka pai. Next one, e ako ana niwa I te waiata.
Kaore a niwa e ako ana I te waiata.
Ai, ka pai. I could see Āpera thinking about this one for a little bit. It's exactly the same pattern. We just, e ana is different to the others because you've got the verb in between e and ana, and that's the tense, but it's the same when you negate. Kaore a niwa e ako ana I te waiata.
Cool.
Tino pai. Te mea whakamutunga, last one e hoa, ka ako a niwa I te waiata. Ka ako a niwa I te waiata.
Kaore a niwa ka ako I te waiata.
Little change here again.
Oh, I think I've got it. Kaore a niwa e ako I te waiata.
Ka pai. Again, just remembering when you learn these negations, okay, ka changes to e. When we negate, that's it, just remembering if you're negating a sentence like that. Ka ako a niwa I te waiata. Change the ka to e. Kaore a niwa e ako I te waiata.
There's a few other places where e appears is to signify something happening in the future, like in the mawai structure. Mawai e. It's like indicating something that will happen in the future. So yeah, I think, I don't know, that makes sense in my head that we use it in the negation of ka as well.
Pai, tika. All these little patterns, whatever, you notice, if it helps you remember, then use it or follow it, because, we all understand and see language differently, but there are plenty of patterns there to follow.
Ka pai, mihi ana kia Hemi Kelly rawa ko āpira, but we will stop it there and just do a bit of a recap. I've also, as they've been saying, the negating of the sentences, I've been adding those into the chat if you wanted to just look at them to refer over. So we'll just do a little recap of those 6 tense markers, and I've just put it in a different type of sentence. So looking at the past tense, the distant past, if we were to say, ia hakwe, what did you do? I pānui au. And to negate that, it would be kaore au I pānui. Okay, so same kaore a niwa. So if you look back on the chat there, you can see niwa did not learn the song. Kaore a niwa I te ako. Oh, sorry, no, not that one. Kaore a niwa I ako I te wata. Okay, niwa did not learn the song. And this one, I did not read. Kaore au I pānui. Now, for this one as well, there's another kupu you can use, but only for negating this tense, the past tense, distant past, is kihai. So it's a iwi dialect. It's a word that's more specifically used in some iwi. Okay, so you could say kihai au I pānui, I did not read. So kihai I is only used as a past negative, okay? It's an alternative to kaore I, okay? So you couldn't use this in any of the other negating, and any of the other negation, just for this one. So I did not read kaore au I pānui, kihai au I pānui rānei. So one of those ones, okay? Into the continuous past, I te aha koe, what were you doing? I te pānui au, I was reading. So to negate this, kaore au I te pānui, so that's the same as niwa was not learning. Is that what it? Kaore a niwa I te ako I te waiata, niwa did not learn the song. Okay, so the same tenses there. The next one for kua, what have you done? Kua pānui aho, I have been reading. And then again, this one is one that's is different. For kua, to negate kaore anō kia. Okay, so it's just remembering that the kia takes place where it was kua before. So I have not yet read kaore anō aho kia pānui. For that context of niwa, niwa has not learned the waiata yet. Niwa has not yet learned the waiata. Kaore anō niwa kia ako I te waiata. Okay, and then moving on to present tense. Kei te aha koe, what are you doing? Kei te pānui au, I am reading. So to negate this, kaore au I te pānui. Okay, so this one here, so this, the negation for kei te and the negation for I te is the same. Okay, kaore au I te pānui is what we use for I was not reading. It's also the negation that we use for I am not reading if we use kei te. So that's just something to remember. And it really is just the context, you know, a wider context of the conversation will determine whether they're talking about the present tense or the continuous past. Okay, but just to note that those are the same negations for both of those tense. Then with e ana, I find e ana was easier for me to understand when negating it because it didn't change. So e pānui ana aho, I am reading. Kaore au e pānui ana. Okay, so there's that one there. And then the future tense of ka pānui au, I will read. To negate that, kaore au e pānui. So in here, where we have the ka, that's now changing to e. Kaore au e. Or kaore, whatever the subject is, e. Kaore e. Okay? So I will not be reading Kaoreo e Pānui. Okay, so just to look at the examples that we used last week, and I gave you these summaries that we went over at the beginning of this lesson. If we're adding the negation into them, here you have it here. With I didn't go to work, kaore au I haere ki te mahi. I wasn't going to work, kaore au I te haere ki te mahi. I have not yet gone to work, kaore anō hau kia haere ki te mahi. I am not going to work, so these two, kaore au I te haere ki te mahi. So again, same negation, same sentence structure as the continuous past and the present for Katie. And then here, kaore au e haere ana ki te mahi. I am not going to work, and then I will not go to work. Kaore au e haere ki te mahi. So I find too what's good is if you have a chart like this, even if you don't have to have an example, you just have e, and then kaore, subject e, ite, kaore, subject ite, like that. And it just helps while you're still trying to commit to memory. Okay, so if you want, you can take a screenshot of this before we go over into our breakout rooms, just to help you remember, or otherwise just take a screenshot of the chat so you can see there. I just like it like this because it's a little bit more visual. Okay, but are there any questions before we go off into the breakout rooms? I'm glad that we got time because we ran out of time in the last group. Any questions yet? Or do you just want to give it a go and then probably questions will arise after that? Yeah, ka pai. Okay. So I'll just share that for you in the chat. And like hear me Kelly talked about, and I've put them in the chat there. So if you want to go over and committing to memory, understanding of active sentences, which is what we looked at last week. If you're still unsure, look at his podcast number 8, which I will provide the link in Moodle. And then this one is, I think, podcast number 31 for negating. So I would recommend that in your own time, you go over them again and, yeah, just listen again because these are challenging to get used to. But once you start putting them into your sentences and all of that, it helps. It gets easier. It's just about giving it a go. So again, same thing. Let me just open it up so I can just make sure that you guys will understand how we're doing this one. Okay, so same thing in your groups. So for the first section here, whakakahoretia e nei rerenga. So just negate these sentences. You don't have to translate them into English. All you're doing is negating in te reo Māori. Okay, so stay in te reo Māori and just negate these sentences. And then down here, whakamaoritia e nei. So in here now you're going to be translating these. Rewi is going to the ocean. Rewi isn't going to the ocean. Sally is playing in the park. Sally is not playing in the park. All right. So these ones you were translating into te reo Māori. Let me just check. Yep, that's all. And these ones, it's staying in te reo Māori. You're just negating the sentences. Ka pai? Ka pai. All right. So reopen the breakout rooms. And once you're done, yeah, kia hoki mai anō ki konei.
Mate
Not bad. Kitty, where are you?
Kia ora. Sorry, I was just going and closing all the breakout rooms. Did you guys have a partai?
We just found it really difficult.
Okay, yeah. With the negating or just the whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Okay, yeah.
Waiting, like trying to get the where the noun or the verb goes, and yeah.
Yeah, I think it will be easier once you're able to have the PowerPoint in front of you as well and referring back to those. If you manage to take a screenshot, that might have helped, the screenshot of the table. But yeah, I would say that if you are struggling with knowing which one's which, just start with one. So, for example, your first one here is all the kite and e ana, which is present tense. So even just doing all of them as opposed to just doing mawhiro. So if you did, you know, all, how many is there? 6 colors? 6? Yeah, 6 colors, so that you can practice and get familiar with how to negate in the present tense. And then with kua, doing all the colors there so that you can practice that tense. That might be an easier way to just to get your head around it. But we are running out of time, so we can either just leave it there for tonight and we'll come back to it next week and go into depth. If there are any burning questions, I'm happy to stick around because I don't have another class after this and answer any questions that you might have. But I didn't expect you guys to just get it straight away because it is pretty full on. Was there anyone else, any of the other groups found it difficult or quite challenging? Yeah, most of the group. Anybody who didn't, just so I can get a sense of where everybody is at. No, so nobody found it all good. Everybody thought it was challenging at some point. Yeah. Yeah, so what I would suggest then is that you actually, like I just said to the other group, is do all of them, all 6 of the first ones, so that you get used to how to negate in just one tense. So for the first 6, it was in present tense. For the second lot, kua, that was in the recent past. And what have we got after that? Oh yes, and then here that's looking at a whole lot of different ones. So what I might do next week then is I might break it down and leave it in the tenses, so that might help you until you get used to it, and then we can mix it up. But I would suggest for you guys for Ahi Fita Fita this week is have a go. Go over the Zoom, definitely listen to Hemi Kelly's explanations. You'll have the PowerPoint and just try and break it down for yourself, because the best way to get familiar with them is just to practice, is just to do it in the exercises. And then next week we'll continue like that. But yeah, I'll keep them in the tenses and maybe give you guys a whole lot to do on one tense before we move on to another one. But otherwise, that's pretty much us for tonight. Just to say also, for our Ahi Fita Fita, so besides going over this, this language focus that we've done tonight, and don't stress too much because we are going to spend a bit of time a few weeks on this so that you can, you know, really get your head around it. So yeah, don't stress yourself out this week if it's going to be difficult. But for the other thing for Ahi Whita Whita, I'd like you to do, and I will put it in the Moodle, in your mood space, is to go back and get the evaluation, the reflection page to do with your mahere reo or your language plan, your personal one, and have a look at answering those questions. So what have been your highlights for the week? What are the things that are challenging you? What are your goals for next week? And if you can email that through, I found that most people found it easier to email me than to add it to the assignment in Moodle. So if you could just email that to me by next Tuesday, and then we'll go through those. For your presentations that are happening at the end of this terenga, your language and reflections that you are doing are actually going to set you up really well for your presentation. So we'll talk about presentations next week and down the track. That's, you know, not till the end of this terenga. We're halfway there, so you still got a lot of time. But if you are doing those reflections, that's actually what's going to help you to set up your presentation, and then your presentation won't be so stressful or overwhelming at the end. Okay, so that will be your Ahi Whita Whita, your independent learning for this week. Yes, Linda.
Can I, sorry, just ask a Patai? You've got on your dates, we had a presentation day for 2 days. So there was the 5th of June and the 12th of June. I'm not sure which one we need to book out with our schools.
Linda, are you with a school that there's a lot of you in this, or is it just a small amount of you?
It's just Kimberlina.
Okay. So for the smaller groups, it's well, actually, I'll need to go back and check on that, because I thought that we were told that there was only going to be one presentation date this time, but I'll check that. So what we do is we have two days, one of them, and really how it goes is that the quicker you let us know what day works better for you, you'll get the slots. All right. So with it, the second date is the same day as graduation. So for most people, that one works because it just means one trip. Whereas if you do the week before, it means a double trip. But I think the alternative date, which is the week before, is going to be more for those that absolutely can't make it to the graduation day. Yeah. So sorry, I can't give you any more information at the moment, Linda, and I don't want to botch it up again with saying something that my team then say, no, that's not what it is. So I will ask if they can confirm those dates. But if you let me know which date works better for you and Kimberly, then I'll be able to slot you in, on our schedule.
Yeah, and one more, sorry. When we first applied for this course, they said that there was going to be funding per student. So I think it was $500. How do we, my principal's asking how we get into that. What do we need to do to access it?
I think you'll need to email Jazz for that, because that's more an admin question. I don't have anything to do with any of that. Yeah. So just contact Jazz and she'll be able to help you with that.
Awesome. Thank you. That's me. Finished.
Thank you. Bye. Any other questions before we finish? Carl? Kate Pai? Okay, well, that's us. I just remembered, I forgot to mention it in the group. It's Easter this weekend, eh? So if you're going away, like myself, kia haumari te haere, have a safe trip. I know that Tuesday for schools is a there's no school, right? Is that correct on the Tuesday? Yeah. Well, unfortunately for you all, there's still class next Tuesday. All right, we don't get a break. So I'll look forward to seeing you all. You may not look forward to seeing me, but I look forward to seeing you all, and we can continue to get our heads around this negating. But yeah, have a great Easter. I hope you get some time to have a rest, have a break away, or at least catch up on things that are starting to pile up. He wai koera tā tātou pō I tēnei pō ngā mihi nui kia koutou katoa. So who would like to do our karakia whakamutunga for us?
Kia hiriri tātou, ka whakairia te tapu, kia wātea ai te ara, kia tūriki whakataha ai, kia tūriki whakataha ai, haumi e hui e tae ki e.
Tēnā koe Christine Otira, tēnā koutou katoa, o Māori e.
O
Māori e.
O Māori.
O Māori e. Ngā mihi.
Yeah, bye.
Tēnā koutou.
Bye.